Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking about insurance companies. Insurance companies are total scum, total trash, and total filth. The bottom line for insurance companies is to make as much profit as possible. Just recently I was looking at private health insurance plans. I do not have private health insurance. In a country like Australia, you don't really need it. But I was looking at all the plans, and the very cheapest plans were $70 a month, which is not a huge amount, but, it's still a decent amount. And I looked at the list, and there were just so many exclusions, like includes this and this, like maybe 3 or 4 items. And then there's this whole list of exclusions. It doesn't cover this, doesn't cover that, blah, 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 just a whole list. Like the list of what's excluded was much longer than what was included. And, I even looked at the slightly more expensive plans, like the mid-tier plans. I didn't look at the most expensive ones, like maybe $200 a month or whatever, or more. But I did look at the mid-tier plans, and even those ones had a lot of exclusions. Like the list was shorter, but it was still a pretty long list. And wow. And it was a real wake-up call for me, just how much insurance companies are just a bunch of greedy fucks. They're a bunch of fucking cunts. That's what they are, insurance companies. They make me so angry and sick. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. I'm fired up about insurance companies. They're just greedy scum. I mean, who could deny it? Life is stressful enough without having to deal with insurance companies. And also, when you just want to sit down and relax, watch TV, it might be the weekend, you might be just finally having a break from work, just sit down in front of the TV, and then all these ads, these lame-ass insurance ads, like, lucky you, Amy, if you're in Australia, you know what I'm talking about, but all these shitty ads, whether it's Amy, whether it's Allianz, whether it's UE car insurance, like just total trash ads, like they're trying to be funny and they're not. They're just scum! These insurance companies are just trash! It's ridiculous. Like, insurance companies are one of the worst ads on TV. Like, just absolutely horrible. Like, whether it's those Amy ads, like, these drag queens, like, whatever. I don't care what people do, but why is there drag queens in the middle of the desert in an ad, Doesn't make any sense. I mean, what are they trying to prove? Like, they're just making some lame-ass story. Doesn't make sense, and 95% of Australia doesn't find it funny, You're a joke, Amy. You're a fucking joke. Bullshit company. The bottom line is, with these insurance companies, is they want to make as much profits as possible. And, in the past, I used to wonder, how do insurance companies make all that, how are they able to make a profit when, they have to pay out big for claims, like very occasionally. And now I know, it's because of all these exclusions, it doesn't cover this, I mean, what a fucking joke, and this is even more proof to me. This proves even more why universal health care is a must in America, and then you have all these Americans saying, that's socialism, that's communism, and then, yet there's, and then these right-wing Republican types that they say that, Medicare for all would be death panels. You know who the real death panels are? The private insurance companies, and also the very system that forces you to have to buy insurance just so you don't end up in bills, you know? Like, it just boggles my fucking mind, makes me so mad. And the reason it makes me mad what's happening in America is because the rest of the world copies America. You know, Australia is becoming more Americanized with this stupid culture. You know, when I say stupid culture, America itself, like, a lot of wonderful, great things about the country. Bill of Rights, Constitution, wonderful. But America used to be great. Now it's just total out of control consumerism and fake culture crap. And yeah, it just makes me sick. And you have all these right wingers saying that Medicare for all would be death panels when there's a lot more people getting sick in that now because they can't afford the private health insurance, or the insurance companies exclude them, or they lose their job and they don't have insurance because they lost their job, because in America the insurance is tied to your employment. What a fucking joke! And America's bad, but in Australia it's bad enough as it is. You know, all these rip-off insurance companies. You know, you have to pay all this fucking money every few months or every month or whatever, and then what do you get for it? Fuck all. They're a fucking joke, these insurance companies. They're trash. They're scum. All they care about is profit. They don't give a shit about you. And the reason I'm angry about it is because people are still arguing about whether there should be Medicare for all or not, when there should be. Have a public system, you take the profits out of it. I gotta calm down, folks. I gotta relax. But I'm just furious. I can't stand insurance companies. I'm gonna avoid them as much as I can. I just don't understand why so many Americans are just obsessed with the private system. You know, they just love it. You know, like, it just boggles my mind. What is wrong with these Steven Crowder, Ben Shapiro types? They're just, the people that listen to them especially, like, well, what's the matter with you? Do you want to live in some wrecked up, you know, like, what do you call it? Utopian Ayn Rand society? It doesn't work. You know, like, what the fuck? You know, like, I just don't get it. Like, why do they, I mean, you know what these ANCAPs and voluntarists, maybe not so much voluntarists, I'm not sure, but definitely ANCAPs, Ayn Rand types, you know what they remind me of? They remind me of that emo subculture. You know, I don't know, maybe goths a bit as well, but it's like they're just self-flagellating themselves, you know, like, oh, we'd love to live in a society that's trashed, and, you know, I don't get it. Like, why do you believe in something that's destructive, you know? And the reason I brought up the emos is because, you know, like, they used to cut themselves or whatever, and, you know, it's like self-flagellation. Like, why do you want to live in a culture that, you know, that's bad? It just doesn't make sense. You know, like, where you have to fork out so much money for premiums and then you get ripped off by insurance companies. Don't you just love it? It's the same with these people that say they want... Oh, calm down. It's the same with these people that want private roads. Do you want to pay tolls? You know? Like, I don't get it. Do you want to go on a different freeway and then have to pay tolls every time? I don't get it. Like, what is wrong with you people? Just self-flagellation. What? I don't get it. Anyway, I'm done with this rant. I'm feeling pretty fired up and angry today, and, like, I do, like, you know, I'm just passionate about these topics, you know? Like, whenever people are screwing other people over, it just makes me angry, you know, whether it's insurance companies or whatever. But, you know, like, I'm done with this rant. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other videos, for sure. And there'll be more videos coming soon.